Back up this mighty wall. Boxfish only falling to the top 3 of the region in the last 2 events, but Snake's Den, how about it? 24 of the last 25 Swiss games they played yesterday. Can they survive this one? It looks like they can do a little more than survive.
They've got all the momentum with them, Snakes, and reverse sweeping the Swiss yesterday and going up a 1-0 in.
Right here to be that difference maker. But it all comes down to execution. It all comes down to who can outlast the other in a full best of 7. Energizer, he wants his name up in headlights again.
Energizer wants his name up high. Star Striker, certainly a big matchup between him and Alika, mostly in that striking position, being that talisman up front. And Energizer getting a equalizer here for 77Blocks, who now can settle into this match a bit calmer than what they would have been doing otherwise. And I mean, overall, 77Blocks, though, we have to sort of, I think, talk about a mental block that seems to be blocking them mostly, as they haven't finished better than top 8 in any regional thus far. Twins are trying to make that dream come a reality.
You're right, though. It's a good point to bring
in their trade, but here they get caught out a bit. Twins are on the backboard, leaves it to Werty. Where's Ram? He comes through, but Twister darting up to the sky. Still second goal round. Werty will manage to bury it for the equalizer.
Everybody clenches on this shot from Werty. Off the crossbar, on the ground, and eventually finds its way.
Seconds to go. Overtime being written upon this game in very bright red letters. Maybe 77Blocks have something to say about it. Energizer's looking for Twister. Couldn't find it, but Energizer now on his lonesome. He's going to get Twister involved again. The two foremost offensive players on the side of 77Blocks bringing the hurt to the Snakes Den defense, but struggle to punctuate it with the late lead.
Feels like Snake's Den are bend but don't break right now, and they're the flexi roller that bends all the way back and doesn't snap. I can't believe 77Blocks only have 2 goals to show for with all of the shots they have taken, but that's where we find ourselves, 2-2 in overtime of our first game of the day.
It's a great kickoff for 77Blocks. Energizer flip reset pass and an immediate kickoff goal. 77Blocks lead the German strike first.
I had Energizer in my SSA top 10 plays in the last qualifier, and well, he might just make it there again. A clutch goal off the kickoff for the flip reset. The Blocks start ahead. Get through to take away 77Blocks' chances of advancing. We head on to game number 2.
We move on. Game 2. Forbidden Temple is calling our name, and 77Blocks eager to respond. The call. Werty to the side for now, but pressure resuming on the side of Twinser. Gets it down. Fender, that's a demo on the goal line. We haven't seen many of those in game 1. Shot, Energizer, post and crossbar deny, then Ram. It's 77Blocks, a lot of pressure. Twins are now rotating, and finally, you can see him lurking, and he comes out of the shadows to stab the Snakes Den in the heart.
The flexi roller has finally broken. We talked about
finally, 77Blocks find a deep, deep clear into the opposing half.
Yeah, if they can keep it here, that'd be great, but that's just not going to be the case. Ram, in fact, finds a redirect on the counter. Werty strings it along the corner, but everybody from 77Blocks is there. They're prepared for the worst. Musty flick across the other side, and we're down to the final 10 seconds just about. Energizer from the backboard will not get the double tap read. Fended away once again to the corner. Snakes then keep this ball out, but 1 goal may be all 77Blocks needed. Werty across the sidewall, like him with the read. Werty upfield, can he get the bump? Demo, there's no one to crash through. Ram under the ball, has Werty to his side. Werty gets bumped by his teammate. Ram's the only one remaining, and it's not enough. The Blocks take another game.
2 in their favor, twice on the trot. 77Blocks able.
Team that we haven't seen.
Overall, though, I'm missing as a facet of Rocket League, I'm missing the violence. Just a little bit. There's been very few demos, very few bumps, both teams being quite conservative in their approach, and I feel like if we go off purely based on conservatism, that Snakes then are probably at the short end of the straws, because 77 block rotation is just so solid in defense. They're just so well in sync, and Twister is not just in sync with his rotations, but with his car as well. A beauty of a double tap.
If there's one team that has the backboard downloaded, it is Sevely alike. Him trying to poach one there. However, the angle a bit too sharp to take. He's got another try here, lurking on the sidewall. Ram takes it from center field, 1 to beat. Flip past Twinzer, off the crossbar and in! The light lob puts the first on the board for Snake's Den.
That catch, that first touch, I talked about it earlier, absolutely.
They need to know what it's like to be able to win the game, and they've got to play less flat-footed and more proactive.
Oh, that's proactive. That's proactive.
You've got to be kidding me. What is this pinch?
That's... Wow. That's just getting long. I
like him to fill the gap. And it's just a lob upfield that Twinzer's there to catch. But the onus this time is on 77 Blocks. They have to find the equalizer, and they will take the moment as it is. Rough scramble on the corner of the goal.
Energizer tried to be cheeky by putting it bottom left. Like him had him read. He knew it was going to be placed there. He knew that shot was going to be coming there. He tried to be fancy, but in the end, didn't quite work out for the Snakes Den defense. A bit of fortune on the side of 77 Blocks will bring us yet again even Steven for the end of game number 3. Such an important one here in the series for Snakes, and you have a feeling that if they lose it, it's going to be a Herculean effort to reverse sweep 77 Blocks.
Oh my, scary look there. The Blocks on their own backboard. And who's going to be the shot taker here? It's going to be like him. He takes it low. Defender's expecting it high, but every avenue was covered, it appears. 6 seconds in regulation. And Ram is up for this one. Twister beats them to the ball. This may just drop on the ground for overtime, and it will. Snakes Den need the win, and they need to defend against a possible kickoff goal.
To defend, but no kickoff goal here, so we're at least going to have 10 seconds of overtime. Twist on the front post, Ram behind, cut, poach it through, but no one will able to find the gap. And the
overtime proceeds, and Snakes Den, they are frothing at the mouth for this goal. They know they need it. Eliakim, high in center field, finding a Ram ready to take the shot on target, splits the defense and secures a win for Snakes Den.
Good pass from Eliakim, but Ram is being criminally unmarked by 77 Blocks. Way too much space, and I mean, if you give him that much space, he's gonna score it every single time. Snakes Den, they...
And they know this. I mean, this is something they've scrimmed, coached, and worked on throughout this season. This is why you're seeing Snakes Den at a potential second top 4 in a row. The first step has been completed, but it's only a stepping stone. This is a long best of 7 that Snakes Den hope to get more wins.
If they can continue and build upon that promise. But for now, Twister on the back, but doesn't have any boost. Where's the follow? There it is! But the save comes through from Ram. Counter-attack, open net. 1-0 Snakes Den.
Ram, wonderful work here, but check out the bump on Twister. It's not going to be on the replay, but Twister had the loveliest first. Snakes Den to put the pressure on 77 Blocks. They've relieved it for now, but they need that next goal. Eliakim catching that on the backboard, trying to get some dribble to go, and Energizer might just beat the defense here, and they will. Snakes Den break in the final 30.
A goal out of nowhere, one touch that goes awry, and immediately 77 Blocks ready to pounce on that loose ball. It's a late equalizer for the Germans. It could be heartbreak even more after the kickoff. That's good from Werty. Team bump as well between Eliakim And Werty will leave Ram all by his lonesome, but he does well to manage at least buy his teammates some time.
Third overtime. Anybody? How about it?
Yeah.
We'll get this kind of rubber match here. We might not! You're kidding me! Twister! He heard the chance of overtime and said, nah, I'm good.
Nah, man. I'm not interested in overtime. What do you mean? We don't do that in Germany. It's inefficient. It's ineffective. We'd rather give it in regulation. They still have one kickoff to survive. Werty getting it over to Eli. There's a bump on the backboard as well. The ball hits the ground. And 77 Blocks, deja vu, up 3-1 in a quarterfinal.
Few and far between, but it's an opportunity to get way more goals on the board. They may need more than one in a game.
And I feel like whatever Dijon, their coach, who I believe is with them today, said to them in that timeout, it worked. From just, hang on a second. You know what else is working? Twister's redirects. What on earth have we just witnessed?
Well, there's an opportunity. Oh, that power slide is beautiful. And returns to sender. More returns 77 Blocks do, the better of a chance they have at their first top 4 of the season. I like him. Up high, waterfall down. The reach there, but he touches it too high. And Twister was ready for the challenge either way. Energizer, another long ball. 77 Blocks steering right to success on the pass from the back wall. Final opportunity now for Snake's Den.
Final opportunity. Energizer, though, already taking the ball back into that orange oven, keeping it there. 0 seconds. This one has to be kept up high. Werty pre-jump by Twister. And 77 Blocks will defeat the mental hurdle, will finally conquer it and move on to top